This is CTV News with Nafisa Kareem.
Based on all the evidence gathered to date, it's highly out of character for her.
Tonight, the search for a woman last seen in Nanaimo is drawing questions from the police as a missing persons case now turns criminal. Also tonight,
I interpreted the minister's interest as high, her response very open.
A pair of South Island mayors look to move the needle towards the regionalization of police units through the CRD. Plus, Adam finds out the unexpected love story behind a wedding aboard a BC ferry on tonight's Sawatsky Sign-Off. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We begin with the search for a Nanaimo woman who went missing last week. Nanaimo RCMP are being tight-lipped about the disappearance of Sherry Shelley, but now the case is under the microscope of the Serious Crime Unit. Here's CTV's Andy Garland.
Friends and neighbors of Sherry Shelley held a vigil for her this weekend in the garden outside her downtown Nanaimo apartment.
Just to kind of let her know we're still in her, she's in our thoughts.
She loved taking care of the garden.
The 65-year-old went missing Thursday evening.
As the days are going by, we're starting to get the realization that she probably most likely will not be coming home.
Nanaimo RCMP are treating her disappearance as highly suspicious. The Serious Crime Unit has been brought in to investigate.
Based on all the evidence gathered to date, it's highly out of character for her.
On Thursday night and into early Friday morning, Mounties believe that Shelley was in the area of the Walmart in Nanaimo and Old Logging Road, located off Ware Road in Lanceville.
We have members working around the clock. CCTV camera is essential in moving an investigation forward, and we're reviewing any cameras anywhere in town that may help with this investigation.
Shelley also may have been with her vehicle during that time, a 2013 Volkswagen Tiguan, similar to this one, but in white.
If anybody saw her vehicle in any area of town, maybe other than that area, please give us a call.
Police would not confirm if her vehicle has been located.
She was probably associated to her vehicle on the evening of November 13th to the 14th. That's the best we can tell you at this point.
Friends and neighbors who are in shock about Sherry's disappearance are not giving up hope that she makes it back home safely.
It's close to home. Like, she's a real close friend for everyone here that knows her.
If anyone has any information about Shelley's disappearance, you're asked to contact Nanaimo RCMP. Andy Garland, CTV News, Nanaimo.
Two mayors on southern Vancouver Island say the region is the closest it's ever come to uniting its fragmented police departments. Late last month, we told you local mayors were meeting with the public safety minister to talk about a potential transition to a regionalized police service. CTV's Anna McMillan shares how that meeting went, continuing her in-depth coverage about the future of policing in BC.
As local police departments see cost and service demands soar while staffing levels sink, South Island mayors are looking for solutions.
If ever there was a moment to have a conversation about the practicality and quality and service delivery capacity of regional policing, it's now.
Last week, Public Safety Minister Nina Krieger met with the mayors of Victoria, Saanich, Oak Bay and Esquimalt to have that conversation.
I interpreted the minister's interest as high, her response very open.
The mayors are asking the ministry to help them explore a new model for their patchwork of municipal police departments. Victoria and Esquimalt's mayors have been clear they're keen on combining services into a regional police force.
So it really depends a little bit on the mayors of Oak Bay and Saanich as to what process they feel is necessary to determine whether or not they have the same type of support.
We all have common challenges.
For Saanich Mayor Dean Murdoch, it's too soon to say if regional policing is the way to go. He wants the ministry to first examine cost, governance, and operational impacts.
From Oak Bay and Saanich's perspective, we've been very well served by our municipal departments, and so we want to have an understanding of what changes to regional service might look like and the impact that would have for each of our municipalities.
Krieger has asked the mayors to report back with how interested their councils and police boards are in transitioning to a new model.
This is the closest we've been. At least we're all in the room asking for a review to see whether or not we need to be looking at how to do this differently.
Closest doesn't mean close. If the review determines regional policing would benefit Greater Victoria, it would take years to transition to the model.
I I think it would be a missed opportunity if we didn't pursue this, regardless of what the outcome might be. And if there are great reasons why this is a terrible idea, so be it, and we'll move on.
Anna McMillan, CTV News, Victoria.
Now, this story is a continuation of a series about police reform, staffing, and regionalization we first brought to you in October. And to watch those reports, go to YouTube and search Police Regionalization, CTV, Vancouver Island. Victoria's Parkside Hotel has decked the halls in support of kids who are being served by one of the region's largest soup kitchens. The Festive Bricks of Giving exhibition is a creative holiday display built from Lego. On now until December 28th, visitors can tour the hotel's lobby, watching for recreations of iconic local landmarks. The event is a fundraiser for Esquimal's Rainbow Kitchen, which is working to keep 6 fridges stocked at South Island schools.
When we started 4 years ago, we thought it was maybe 1 in 10 students that were in need. And with a greater connection, we understand it's 1 in 3, which is triple what we thought, a devastating number, but we're trying to feed it with love and dignity and consistency and say, we're going to fill this fridge and we're going to be here 3 times a week to make sure it's full and it's there for everybody, a principal, a teacher, a bus driver. There's no stigma.
You can tap a QR code to donate at the Parkside Hotel or visit rainbowkitchen.ca. The charity says if it can meet this year's fundraising goal of $50,000, staff would be able to pay for another fridge of love at a new school. A kayak guide on Vancouver Island will be doing a 24-hour paddle challenge after meeting a fundraising goal for men's mental health. Ethan Reed pledged to do the kayak challenge if he raised $2,400 in a Movember campaign. He says he's now beaten that goal by $700 and is preparing to make good on the promise December 3rd.
I'm a little bit nervous, actually. The longest paddle I've ever done is 8 hours. So going from 8 to 24 is a huge jump. But I'm excited and up for the challenge. I've struggled with mental health myself, and I have the buddy who I'm doing it with. He also had some mental health issues, and we both wanted to make a difference.
Reed will be taking off from Ocean River Sports on Victoria's Gorge Waterway, and just to up the ante, he says he's going to try and do 1 roll for every $100 raised beyond his goal. Commuters who are using active transportation along a busy stretch of Greater Victoria's Galloping Goose Trail are on notice for a detour. The trail is closed through Viaduct Park around the Gorge Waterway for the next 5 weeks. BC Hydro is replacing a corroded underground transmission cable in the area. Detours are set up during weekdays, and the stretch of trail will reopen on weekends. Our sister station, CFAX 1070, has officially launched a new lineup of on-air hosts, adding some familiar voices to your daily commute.
We are going to be here with you as Ryan and Lisa on the CFAX Morning Show.
Listeners will now be starting their mornings with the legendary voices of Ryan Price and Lisa Best, bringing a fresh feel to the community favorite show. Victoria Airwaves will also sound a little different in the afternoons, with Josh Hilden and Jade Nixon taking their talents on air full-time. The new look shows kicked off on Friday and will be airing every weekday on CFAX 1070, iHeartRadio, and the morning show on CTV2.
Well, as of now, if you join us at CFAX 1070 at 6 a.m. in the morning, it's going to be Ryan and Lisa taking you through your morning commute or whatever the routine is. Then Adam Sterling stays at 11 o'clock right until 3 o'clock with your calls, discussions about local politics, a deep dive into all of those big topics of the day. And then really exciting, brand new, 3 to 6 in the afternoon, taking you home at the end of the day or wherever it is you're going. We've got Josh and Jade as our new show.
Yeah, it's all happening on CFAX 1070 with Ryan and Lisa every weekday from 6 until 9, and Josh and Jade from 3 until 6 p.m.
Now the headlines with Lisa.
Still to come, a look at an inclusive program aimed at educating children on the importance of local salmon. Plus,
we're on the precipice now of the loss of herring forever in our territory.
More on calls for a moratorium on herring harvests coming up.
Mostly cloudy, 8 degrees in Victoria right now. We had a daytime high of 9 today. This is the 6th consecutive day with the daytime high in the 9 to 11 degree range, and we could see 5 more days with temperatures in that range. We'll take a closer look at that. Talk about some rain as well right after the break.
CTV weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Make the most of your next trip by booking with those who've been there. Visit expediacruises.ca.
Hey, West Shore youth, looking for a fun spot to hang out? Youth nights are here. Skating, art, swims, and a place to chill. Staff-led and supervised for a safe, inclusive vibe. Check out wspr.ca for more info.
Well, Josh, you hinted at it before the commercial break. We're going to talk about rain.
Yeah, again, for Victoria, it's not going to be as heavy as it will be for other parts of the island, but there are definitely some showers set to roll in later on this week. I don't think there's all that much that's going to come through the day tomorrow. There might be a couple scattered showers here later on tonight. 9 in Victoria right now. That is the daytime high. So we mentioned before the break, how about consistency there? An entire week where daytime highs have been within a degree of 10. And for the next 5 or 6 days, we'll be within a degree of 10 degrees for daytime highs. There's the system that's going to come through overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning for northern parts of the island. There's a couple scattered showers in through the Nanaimo, Victoria area here late this evening. By the time we get to the overnight period early tomorrow morning, that all peters up. There's some early morning rain around Port Hardy, and then it kind of breaks down, and you can see across the island.
It's a program designed to show the next generation of environmental stewards how to care for and protect our salmon populations.
By us being involved, we're able to ever so slightly protect these eggs and increase their survival rate to have more salmon available in our watersheds.
Brennan Strain, CTV News, Langford.
Saanich hereditary chiefs were in Vancouver today, echoing their nation's call for a moratorium on herring harvests in the Salish Sea. Sayout Chief Eric Pelkey made the declaration to the Department of Fisheries and Oceans at their Pacific Regional offices in Vancouver. He's concerned about the DFO's focus on industry growth over the well-being of local herring, putting the marine health of the Strait of Georgia in jeopardy, adding that without a moratorium on the current rate of herring harvests, the small fish that have become a local focal point of BC's coastal food web would likely disappear.
We actually brought some reality to their situation. We pointed out that there is no herring in our territory. Then the last of it is out there in the Strait of Georgia, in the Salish Sea, and we want to save that. We told them that we want to save that. It's right on the precipice of collapse.
The legal challenge against the DFO's plans to increase herring catch quotas in the Strait of Georgia will now head east to Ottawa. The most remote pub on Vancouver Island and likely in Canada has gone up for sale, and it could be all yours for less than the average price of a home in Victoria. The Scarlet Ibis at the top of Vancouver Island in the community of Holberg was put on the market late last month. With an asking price of $889,000, the oceanfront pub offers potential buyers a turnkey business with a well-earned reputation as a local gathering spot. There's a connected two-bedroom suite and miniature visitors cabins, perfect for folks who prefer a short commute to work while living amongst the natural beauty of northern Vancouver Island. Coming up, fairy tale. Adam finds out how an unlikely couple's love story unfolded on board a BC ferry. Next on the Sawatsky Sign-Off. Adam finds out the unexpected love story behind a wedding aboard a BC ferry on tonight's Sawatsky Sign-Off.
It was not smooth sailing when working on this BC ferry. Les Fox first met Jordan Sankey.
And I said, "You're Jordan." She goes, "And who the HE double hockey sticks are you?"
Not one bit did I like this man. I thought he came off as arrogant.
Well, I guess I come off as a bit of a jerk sometimes, but I'm actually a nice guy.
Although Les worked in the engine room downstairs and Jordan supported the customers upstairs, they happened to meet again in the common crew room when she walked in with her dinner to find only him.
I felt like it would be way too rude to walk out.
So she stayed, before their initially awkward conversation turned unexpectedly effortless.
I found out she's intelligent in ways that I'm not intelligent in.
That he's not actually mean, and that he's actually quite a very funny man.
And for the rest of the week, they ended up spending all their dinner breaks together.
I guess we've just kind of been inseparable ever since.
They started seeing each other away from work, and along with having a lot of fun, inspired each other to be better people.
He's just taught me so much. It's too much to even say.
Over the past 2 years together, Les says he's learned to be more kind and lower that tough exterior.
I can be open and truly loving with Jordan. I've never really felt like this before with anybody.
So, during a recent road trip, Les says he made an impromptu proposal.
And then I remember just being like, "Hey, you want to get married?" And she was like, "Yeah."
That was not his idea. That was mine.
No matter who asked whom, Jordan and Les both decided to vow "I do" where they first met, on board a BC ferry, surrounded by 70 members of their ferry family.
You may kiss your bride.
It was very overwhelming. Felt completely right.
She takes care of me, and I want to take care of her.
And if this fairy tale romance were to have a fairy tale moral, Jordan and Les say it's don't judge a book by its cover. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.
Congratulations, you two. That is it for CTV News Vancouver Island. Thank you so much for joining us. Good